Hey everybody, it's your girl LLB. So today I want to clear up some shit. We're going to cover 3 topics: entitlement, fat shaming / people not being able to take shit that they dish out, and doxing. So let's just go through them in order, I guess. In regards to entitlement, this is not about one particular person at all. I promise you that. This is not about a specific person. This happens all the time. A lot of people love to make comments, and sometimes they're not even from people who seem to like me. I've noticed that they're from people who have either talked shit about me in the past or liked a lot of comments where people are talking mad shit about me. And so I'm like, why are you pretending to care? Oh, you're just trying to start shit, of course. But there are people who seem genuinely upset by this, so I just want to get it out of the way. And I'm sorry to call it entitlement, but that's what I feel it is in some of these circumstances. So someone said recently, and this was a girl who doesn't seem to be a fan of me at all. I didn't know that at the time. I was just assuming she was because she seemed so concerned about this. I have a voice and I should be careful with how I use it. And why do I only talk to the claters, etc. And I got really irritated because I was like, honestly, I go above and beyond out of my damn way to try to talk to everybody. And some of them don't deserve it in your opinion, and that's fine. I like to talk shit, so I'm not going to not do what I want because people say that I should. I think I've made that very clear that I don't listen to anybody except myself, which is a problem in its own, situations. But the point is that I am who I am, and that's just how I am. So take it or leave it. Anyway, so people sometimes, and I've noticed this a lot, that this is how, life works. People will not really comment or say anything when you say nice things, or I do respond to nice comments pretty often. Sometimes I don't know what to say other than a heart reacts, and sometimes I will respond if they have questions. If it's a compliment, I'll be like, oh, that's so sweet, that's so nice, thank you, blah blah blah. Like, I'll respond to people I've never spoken to. I'll respond to people who I have like kind of a rapport, whatever the fuck with, and that's just that. And then people will say when I'm talking shit to claters, oh, I guess this is how I get your attention because you never respond to my messages. And I'm just like, first of all, I get a lot of messages and I have a hard time, and I say this all the time and it's not a joke. My poor clother hardly hears from me because I have that much of a hard time getting through messages. It's not about, oh, I'm so famous, I get so many no, my brain is a fucking mess. Like, we've established that, I thought. I've always been like this since I moved here. My mom's like, hello, where are you? I forget sometimes. That's just how I am. Also, I don't mean to sound like a glitch, but I don't owe anybody a response. I really, truly don't. And I want to respond to people, which is why I try to take the time to do it. But I don't owe you anything. And people will say shit like, you never respond to me. You always ignore me. I'm like, first of all, I can ignore you if I want to. Second of all, I don't ignore people unless I think their message was like really, really weird or I don't know what to say. But most of the time I find something to say if the person seems like they need help, even if it is kind of a weird message or something, I'll work around that and I'll be like, yo, what do you need? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I really try to help people because I know what it's like to feel like shit and have absolutely nobody to talk to except a random ass stranger billions of miles away, aka cloven. So I don't think it's weird to message me and ask for advice, or I don't care. I don't mind. I really don't mind. What I mind is when people are ironically accusing me of only focusing on the negative while they like ignore or they haven't seen that I really do try to go out of my way to respond to like every comment. I don't know anybody who does that. I don't think I'm special. I never thought about it until someone else pointed it out. They were like, oh wow, a lot of people who have like vlogs or whatever and stuff like that, they don't really respond to comments. And I was like, oh, that's just me. I like comments, like a little too much, some people say. But the point is, I do think some people are a little entitled in the way that they're like pissed that I don't respond. Like, I've seen messages where I open them and it's the person being like, why are you ignoring me? How dare you ignore me? I'm like, I didn't even read this, so I wasn't ignoring you, but also, how dare you? Like, I can ignore you. I have that right. Like, point is, it takes me a while to get through them. I say this all the time. It's not personal. I'm not ignoring you unless you sound like a stalker, but even then sometimes I respond and maybe I shouldn't, but like, I just feel like I like to communicate with people. That's just something that I enjoy doing. And a lot of people accuse me of like, oh, this is all for money, this is all for fame, etc. And That's why she only responds to the claters. I'm like, I know that they increase engagement. I've never been shy about admitting that. I've said that since day one. I used to always respond to them like that because it's fun to be like, thanks, you're helping me get more views while you talk a ton of shit about me and say horrible shit to me. Like, you're helping me, and they don't stop. So yeah, I'm going to use that to my advantage. Like, if I ever made a substantial amount of money from this, it would go 90% of it, I feel very comfortable saying that, would go towards helping people. Because in my opinion, life is meaningless if you don't use it to help people. If you don't use your clenny or whatever to help people, like, who was it? Jeff Bezos said he would use his clenny for space travel. Like, that's the only thing that pops into your head as a billionaire. He can do whatever he wants. But to me, people are suffering, and I would love to help stop the suffering. So call me clenny hungry all you want. You know, even though that's my goal, I'm still not like the most business savvy person. I mean, people give me advice sometimes. I'm like, that's a good idea. But generally speaking, this is about the art. This is about me expressing myself. And this is about me having fun. I did this for 6+ months without making a dime. I am lazy as cluck. Like, for me to keep up anything purely because of like passion is insane. Truly. But you're entitled to your opinions. It's fine. I'm used to it. But I just wanted to get that out of the way because it's just like, it's just so wrong. The second thing I want to address is fat shaming / you know, people talking shit and then acting all Pikachu face when I talk shit right back to them. So let me just get this out of the way. I don't take the high ground. I'm not the bigger person. I will never be the bigger person, most likely. I will probably always be like the tiny ass little person with a dagger hitting you in the ankles. I don't really care about fighting fire with fire. I got my flame blower, torch, whatever you want to call it. I'm ready. Like, I don't think I'm some great moral figure. I'm not a role model. I'm a clown who regularly posts, not as much anymore, but I used to post videos of me topless. Used to chase my husband down the street with male pattern baldness shaving to my head. Like, I don't know why people think I'm Nelson Mandela or some shit. If you talk shit about me, I'm gonna talk shit to you. And regarding the shit that happened yesterday, where some girl wants to insist that I'm fat shaming her, making her feel bad about being fat, don't make fun of me about my drinking problem if you're not ready to get your ass handed to you. Clear it. And people will say, well, you're a public figure. You chose to talk about drinking. I did. And I'm not saying you can't talk shit, but just be prepared that I'm gonna talk shit back. Why is that such a hard concept? When I post that video, I know people are gonna be dicks. That's how people are. I am anticipating that. I'm not crying, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Why are people so mean? No, I'm fighting. That is how I work. I fight with my words. I've always been that way. With teachers, my parents, siblings, other relatives, random ass people. I don't care. If you talk shit, I'm going to talk shit back to you because I don't like when people think that they can just be an asshole and not get their ass handed to them. Who do you think you are? Like, maybe that's how you got through your life. Like, no one ever talked shit back to you and you just were a bully and that's just how you were. But I'm not going to let it slide. Sorry, you can't walk all over me. That's just not how it's going to work. So if you don't want to get shit talked, don't talk shit. It's really fucking simple. And I don't get why people are confused about this. Like, if you want to make this into like a, oh, I don't like fat people or I'm talking shit about fat people type of thing, you're fucking dense, obviously. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I understand someone maybe, not getting the full story and just seeing part of it and feeling offended because, they're fat. I don't think fat is a bad word. I really don't. Like, I just don't. If that's a word that offends you, fine. I won't call you fat personally, but just I use it as a general word. I don't think it's a big deal. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just like, this girl in particular has literally been giving me shit ever since I posted that video talking about throwing out the bottles for a week. Finally, I'm like, Klitsch, if you want to keep making fun of me, I'm going to make fun of you. And I don't know for a fact if she has an overeating problem. It was an assumption that I think turned out to be true because she reacted like really poorly and all of a sudden wanted to play the victim, which is hilarious to me. How people can insult me and mock me. And she said, wait, I'm sorry. I think it's funny when people go on and on and on and give me so much shit and I give them like a third of the vitriol that they gave me and they want to play the victim. Like, that's not how this works. I'm sorry. It's just not. Like, she belittled my fucking mental illness. Oh yeah, I bet that's fake too. You probably bought diagnosis or whatever. Doesn't mean shit, because they'll diagnose anybody with anything to get them to shut up. And I was just like, yeah, I planned this from the age of 15. I was like, let me start acting fucking insane so I can secure some YouTube career later down the line. Facebook, whatever you want to call it. Always forget what the fuck. I upload this to 2 things, okay? Anyway, and so she's like, oh, yeah, I bet you did. Like, you were probably acting that. Basically saying I'm a fucking liar. I'm manipulative because I'm a Cancer. Putting a lot of stock into that. And I'm just like, I've had it with you, to be quite honest. If you want to make fun of me for not being able to control my drinking, control your eating. Don't dish it out if you can't take it. Claters wanna talk shit, then they wanna fake it. Play the click dumb as if they didn't say shit when they really said some worse shit in my opinion. Don't talk shit if you can't hack it. I'm not your clamor. I'm not gonna. I'm so sorry. I'm dying. Michael, apologies. And I said it to fucking piss her off, and it worked. Like, I'm not some great, wonderful person. If you want to fucking do low blows and shit, I will go low with you. We can get down and dirty together. I said it yesterday on my post. I'm not a morally superior Mother Teresa. I'm saving all the sad little clowns, and I don't hurt anybody when they hurt me. No! If you want to fucking fight, we can fight, and if you don't, shut up. And another thing I was going to say, when someone said, when people say you're a public figure or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or you are, you know, you make these videos, you put yourself out there. She put herself out there. You have photos of yourself on Facebook and you come and you talk shit to me. You're putting yourself out there. Nobody told you to talk shit. You don't need to talk shit. Just like I don't need to post these videos. I don't get what the problem is. Like, and people are like, you want to talk about people's body image while you're fat yourself. Fine, I'm fat, whatever. Like, who gives a shit? I don't care how much people weigh. I really don't. Be fat as fuck. That's your fucking business. I really don't give a damn. Like, that wasn't the point. And I don't get how people can't see that I was giving this klitsch a taste of her own medicine. Like, shocker, I'm a klitsch. I never said I was like the most amazing, wonderful, nice person. I don't know why people think that like, oh, she's so hypocritical. Oh yeah, this is the thing. She talks about oppression and people being mean to her and then she's mean to them. When you go out of your way to be a dick for no reason, that's a problem. Like yesterday I said fucking roast the shit out of me. I think it's fun to be roasted sometimes. Sometimes I laugh at some of the shit people say to me. I really do. I think it's fucked up when they say just really cruel shit completely unprovoked because what's wrong with you? But if I ask for it, give it to me. And a lot of people think I do ask for it because I post videos. And in my opinion, I don't agree. Just because I'm different and I express myself, I don't think that means like abuse me. If I say abuse me, fuck yeah. But like if I'm not asking for it and you do that, don't act shocked when I give you the shit back. I don't get why that's hard for people to comprehend. Don't start none, won't be none. But every time it happens, they're shocked and appalled and they want to try to make like a little call out on my video. Like she made her own little thread and was like, if you're overweight, this is what she thinks of you. Like, no, Clenny, this is what I think of you. Anyway, don't fuck with me and I won't fuck with you. It's pretty simple. And if you think that makes me a bad person, if you think that makes me, I'm putting other women down, etc. I don't care if you're a woman or a man or in between or whatever the fuck. Don't talk shit to me if you don't want someone to talk shit back to you. I enjoy talking shit. So when you give me a reason, fuck yes. And of course, I've talked shit to people sometimes when they were asking a question and I misunderstood them and I apologized. I really do step out of line sometimes and I try to always catch myself. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood and I'm a brat about it and that's not okay. And I have flaws. I'm a fucking person. We all have issues. Tons of people have said really awful shit to me and they've apologized to me in my DMs and I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's cool. It's squashed. It's done. If you apologize, we're cool. What I don't think is cool is when you want to be a klitsch ass like the person yesterday and talk about reporting. Like, and that leads into the next thing we're going to talk about. But that is so weak and so low. Like, it's like running to your mom during a fight. Like, oh my God, they're being mean to me. I can't fight my own battles, so I gotta go run to Facebook. Like, pathetic. I don't report. I don't believe in reporting. I think it's weak ass cluck. It's just so, ugh. It's pathetic. That's why I like to talk shit. I feel like a lot of people who take the high road, they just report. Like, you're not taking the high road, you little bitch. Anyway, like I said, this leads into the next thing. So supposedly someone is saying that I doxed them or I called their job. And yes, I heard about this. Doesn't mean I have a, you know, a thing in a blank. I'm not even gonna go there because we had an agreement. This means that people have been sending me screenshots because they're like, is this true? Did you do this? What the fuck? The answer is no. I would never, ever call somebody's job. Ever. I might fuck with you. Or like some girl was in the military recently and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's against their code of conduct. And I posted like links and shit that say that like, oh, according to the military code. Do you really think I'm gonna call? Like, I don't even know who to call in that situation. I don't even recall looking at this particular person who's accusing me of the doxing shit or whatever. I don't remember looking at their Facebook. I don't recall a job that, you know, where they worked or whatever. It's vaguely familiar that somebody else mentioned it and they called. I don't condone it. I don't fucking, you know, support it. If they told me, hey, I'm gonna call this job, I would have been like, nah, don't do that. I've had people say to me, oh, I called this, it was some kid who wouldn't stop fucking with me. I called his school. I'm like, I don't really support that. Like, they already did it, but I don't do that shit. I don't want people to do it. Don't call people's jobs on my behalf. I don't like that shit. I think it's weak. I think it's pathetic. It's like going to Facebook, but worse. I'm not trying to ruin somebody's life over like Facebook drama. I'm really not. The only way would be if the person like admitted they were a rapist or something like that and was like a danger to society, like, but just random bullshitting and talking shit about me, I'm not gonna call your job. That's stupid. I think it's ironic that a lot of people in certain circles just like immediately seem to kind of believe that when they think people who believe me are just absolute clidiots and oh my goodness, anyone who would believe her at face value is a fool. But they just believe random ass dumbasses saying that I called their job. It's like everybody talks about how I'm so lazy and shit. You really think I would even pick up the phone to do some shit like that? Like, I don't care. I don't care that much. I don't. That's why, like I said, I fight my own battles with my own damn words. We can go toe to toe. I'm not about to call somebody's job. Clear it. Please. No. Absolutely not. Anyway, I hope that cleared up some shit for you. I know people will still talk shit and they'll still be like, well, her hat looks stupid today. You know, it's whatever. I'm very used to it. I just think it's funny, like, that people are so shook when I give them back the same medicine. You know what I mean? And that's why I picked overeating. I picked it because I'm not shaming you for being fat or anything like that. It's like you want to talk about drinking too much and imply that you have all this control. I'm like, we all have vices. Like, I don't see, like, I think a lot of people who are overweight do have a problem with overeating. Like, I had a problem with overeating. You know what I mean? I don't think that it makes you a bad person. I feel like it's a problem. Just like drinking is a problem. And I literally said to her, I was like, how does it make you feel to have someone make fun of you for something you can't control? That was the point. So, you know, it'll still spread and people will be like, she hates fat people. She makes fun of you if you're fat. Like, I don't care. I really don't. It's just like, don't dish it out if you can't take it. It's really fucking simple. So that's it, clever one. I think it's funny that a lot of people think that I can't take it. And like, I really think a lot of you, if you had a page like this and got even the tiniest bit of the shit I get, you would lose your minds. Like Exhibit A from the shit yesterday. Talk all that shit, literally for days, talking mad shit. And the second someone gives her the tiniest little taste of her own cleticin, I'm reporting. Beyond pathetic. Beyond. Anyway, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should use your platform for good. You should spread awareness about things. I mean, I try, you know, talk about Clerpies. I have a lot of other topics I want to cover. But I also talk about my life, and this is what's happening right now. So when you have even the smallest presence on Facebook, I always say I'm like a Z-list celebrity. People are going to make up lies and they're going to talk shit, and that's what really gets me. It's not so much the shit talking. I'm okay with people being like, you dumb bald-headed bitch, you look like a stupid-ass clown, you got a potato-shaped head, your man doesn't want you. But when people start just making up blatant lies and people run with them, I hate that shit. It's so fucking dumb. I'm always the first person to be like, don't believe things at face value. Let's see what happens. Let's see what comes from this. Let's let the person answer for themselves. Let's look at the facts. I'm not about just like canceling people. I think cancel culture is stupid as fuck. It's so toxic. It's never really based in facts. It's always pure emotion. And I say this as a emotional ass glitch. I'm not about to just believe some random shit without hearing the other person's side. So I wanted to offer my side. And you're allowed to believe whatever you want, you know. It's fine. And yes, I hope you all have a blessed day. Don't let the claters get you down. And to the people who keep saying stop giving the claters so much attention, I find it fun. I really do. It's fun. And I just feel like a lot of these people are used to just talking shit about someone. Like they see me as this very low, weak person who they can bully, and then they're shocked when I hit them right back. And some people can take it and they're really good sports, and they'll be like, all right, you know, I apologize, or like, can we just like squash this? I'm like, no problem. I'm not gonna like, I don't want, like, when other people join in sometimes, I don't even really like that because it goes too far. Like, I'm not trying to make somebody feel like, you know, like jumping off a cliff. Like, you know, like I brought up what I brought up because I felt like it was an equal, like low blow. Like it was fair in my opinion. But I don't need a bunch of people to gang up on someone, especially when I say it's done. That's happened too many times where I'm like, okay guys, like it's over. Like we're good. Like we're not even like, it's squashed. And the people just keep going. They don't read the thread. They just keep attacking because they base it off of the one initial comment. I'm like, shut up. Like, I don't need an army to back me up. I really appreciate it. Like when people are just like, hey, you know, maybe you should consider like not being such an asshole. Like I want a clove army, you know, I can be the glitch being like, you know, fuck you and giving you a taste of your medicine. And then if you want to come in and be like, hey, you know, there's no need for that. You know, there's no need to be so aggressive. That's okay. But I don't think they need like 12 people coming at him that hard. That's just kind of not fair. You know, it depends on what they said. Some people really fucking deserve it. Some people really ask for it. I'm like, you know, talking about cluicide and those types of topics. I mean, what did you expect, you know? So I don't know. It's the Clinternet. And if you're upset about something, block the page, block the people being mean to you. Like, I'm not your clommy. I kind of am, but I'm like a really neglectful clom. Sorry. All right, peace.